doesn't want to hear it though, and she finishes him off. Can discuss what to do now. Roshi enters their minds using telepathy that he gained from becoming Kami. He tells the two to come to the lookout, and they agree. Roshi says that he's spoken with King Kai, the god above himself, and learned that the Saiyans are truly as strong as Raditz made them out to be. He tells the two not to worry though, since they have an ace up their sleeve. The Saiyans don't believe in training, and even if they did, their year will be spent traveling to Earth. This means a year of training can be done to prepare for the arrival and even more big as the room period of time. As it is now, the room can only be used twice in someone's lifetime, so it's best to only use it once, just in case they ever need it again. With this, they'll have 2 years total to train, while the Saiyans have absolutely nothing. Both Broly and Chi-Chi accept the offer to begin to train in the time chamber. While they're inside, Roshi attention tells him of the threat and says that he will use the room period of time as well, with Roshi as his training partner. Once the year passes, it's time for the Saiyans to arrive. Thanks to Roshi's communication with King Kai, they know the exact time the Saiyans will face that tension and now follow them, but Roshi stops him saying that those two are the best chance they have right now. If Broly and Chi-Chi fail, Roshi and Tenshin will use the time chamber. Tenshin needs this to be able to helplessness when he knows for the best, so he agrees to stay. Facing Vegeta was wrong. He assumed that Broly but as the battle begins, Vegeta and Nappa are given the shock of their lives. Broly and Chi-Chi power up. Chi-Chi's power level settles around 10,000, while Broly's power level settles at 18,000, equal to Vegeta's, but that might not actually be Broly's. It may be Broly's. Nappa is terrified, but stupidly prepares to fight, while Vegeta is enraged to find Broly is a match for himself. Nappa tries his best to fight back against Chi-Chi, but he's just no match for her. She shows him no mercy and ends the Saiyan life. She has no interest in sparing space conquerors who want to take over an empire for their own needs. Vegeta tells Broly that he is indeed strong,
What do you think
but the
you're
real tale is that he'll stay
Oh, shit!
at the cost of some of the known powers. Vegeta creates an artificial moon and transforms into a heroic with 10 times boost, only makes up for the loss of space power, and Vegeta thinks this is the guaranteed victory he's been looking for. When Broly's power begins to rise as well, the base power he was holding back to close the gap on him, but there was something boiling below the surface.
Go back to your hole, shit!
Broly learned then to be Kami form, and in the time chamber, he mastered it.
Damn!
With this, he had the
You're a
power to
wanted
disarm
individual.
the
I can't
lower
serve you.
and without needing to lower his base
No,
power
don't
to
shoot.
create an
Take what you want.
With no difficulty, Broly is able to remove Vegeta's tail and beat him into submission. But he doesn't kill him. He didn't want to let himself succumb to his emotions. He didn't want to be enveloped by rage and depression. Chi-Chi tells Broly to end it already. They just can't bring himself to do it. Vegeta is pitiful, weak by comparison, and more importantly, he's afraid. Not afraid of Broly, not afraid of dying, but he's afraid of something beyond the scales of both. Something. That Frieza was involved in the Saiyan extinction, even though he enslaved them all. His pride as a Saiyan hinges on him getting revenge, or at least a Saiyan getting it for him. Broly has a lot to take in, but Vegeta realizes he might have made a mistake. He asks where his scouter is, and Broly points to the end table. It was repaired by Bulma a while back. Vegeta quickly blasts the device, but it's too late. Vegeta's plans for insurrection were just broadcast to Frieza's top men. It's only a matter of time before they find where he is and come to take him out. Based on Frieza's last known location, it should take them 2 years to get to Earth, but even that might be a stretch. They don't have much time to prepare. Broly asks if Vegeta is willing Frieza, and though he didn't want to admit it, Vegeta fully is his best chance.
How's
That
it
was all
going?
he needed to hear. He sent Pogo over with Master Karen
You
and gives Vegeta a
cocksucker!
senzu, instantly restoring him to full power
Oh.
and beyond.
Mierda! Holy
Vegeta
shit!
feels Broly convinced that they can train to
Ah!
the threat, and even though
I'm
he
gonna
doesn't
knock
want to
some
admit
sense
it,
into you,
so
scumbag!
it's probably a good thing.
Pendejo!
Bring
him back, fucker!
The human warrior to Snake Way, and he would send tension on the return. The two will be training with King The guy told Roshi that Broly's transformation wouldn't mix well with it, so he better stay on Earth. Vegeta, on the other hand, is just someone he doesn't want on the planet. So Chi-Chi and Tenshinhan begin the journey on Snake Way, while Vegeta and Broly training in Teleport. Under Vegeta's direction, Bulma builds a gravity room with her father for the Saiyans to train in. This, along with the Senzu beam,
Let's
should
go!
allow them to gain plenty of time. So, here's Vegeta and Broly make their way out to a wasteland and await Frieza's arrival. Broly wonders where Chi-Chi and Tenshinhan are, and Broly tells Broly that Broly should be there shortly, maybe an hour at most, considering their when Frieza lands, his men line up in front of him. A premonition stirred in his mind, so he brought all the men he could for this fight. At the front are the foot soldiers. Behind them are Zarbon, Dodoria, and Kui. Behind them are the Ginyu Force, which leaves us with Frieza at the back line. Broly and Vegeta make quick work with the foot soldiers. Zarbon, Dodoria, and Kui are nothing to them either. The Ginyu Force puts up the best fight, but are ultimately defeated, leaving no one but Frieza to face the Saiyans. Frieza is annoyed to lose so many good soldiers, but if they can't beat some lousy Saiyans, then they aren't worth keeping around. Frieza has an advanced scouter and can see that the two are sitting at power levels of 500,000. Not surprising considering how strong Goku got in only 6 days of gravity training on his way to Namek. They're still both weaker than his first form, but just to be safe, Frieza decides to show them his concealed power, unleashing his second form. This is more than enough to fight Broly and Vegeta at the same time, but the two still smirk in defiance. Vegeta asks if Frieza thinks he's the only one with a transformation here. Frieza quickly looks around for a moon, but doesn't see one, and even if there was one, they don't have tails. Vegeta is clearly bluffing, right? No. Vegeta and Broly begin to power up, both transforming into their Ikari forms. That's right, even Vegeta was able to learn how to use the power of the Osaru in his base form. This was far beyond anything Frieza expected. His scouter breaks from the power reading, so he quickly turns into his final form, the only form that was beyond his scouter as well. The two Saiyans were completely shocked. Frieza was now at a power level of 60 million and could easily toy with both Broly and Vegeta at the same time. They had foolishly used all their senzu in training, so there were no second chances. Vegeta was quickly tossed to the side, but Broly was still managing somehow, getting stronger as he fought Frieza, as if this fight to the death was bringing out a deeper potential within him. This is just
Okay,
what
you
he
know the
is
formula
himself.
now.
He can't
So
catch up
go
quick
do what
enough,
you
and Frieza is getting
We need a laptop with up-to-date info on the cartel's operations. And a new hacking device after our friend, the tech genius, with the terabyte deactivated the last one. Oh, and of course, we'll need another train.
Crazy!
I gotta post this online.
By the way, don't worry. We may share a goal, but I'm fully aware we do not share a motivation. I've made sure sufficient funds are allocated to recompense you for your efforts today.
isn't it?
Okay, I'm sending you a CCTV shot of the terabyte. Alright, let's take care of the hacking device. Remember the guy with the terabyte? He deactivated the last one he stole, so we've got to go back for another. Bring down the drones to bypass his security. I heard this guy's been living out here on the DL. Not easy in a truck stacked with so much tech. It has its own gravitational pull.
Forgetting his empire Frieza is running Stewart's life is in his hands. This is 2 years after the Saiyan saga, and this is the day that future Trunks was supposed to arrive. The issue is, this isn't his timeline. Something is done. Trunks, he's quickly. He doesn't know who his stranger in front of him is, but he makes him regardless, only wishing he'd arrived sooner so his friends may still be alive. That's when he realizes he can still send Tenshin Han. He puts his mind over and gives Tenshin Han the final send to barely saving Brian Trunks. If he can talk it to Broly, though he doesn't know his name at this point, and Tenshin Han agrees, saying he'll return to the lookout to make sure Master Roshi is aware of what's going on. They're Trunks tells Broly he's happy to get help, but then asks where Goku is. Broly is confused and tells Trunks that he's Goku. Trunks can't believe what he's hearing. This person isn't what Goku is supposed to look like, and he definitely shouldn't have been struggling with Frieza at this point. Trunks assumes that something must have gone wrong. Time travel. He doesn't know it yet. This isn't his past. It's an alternate realities past. Trunks asks if Broly can explain everything from the beginning, and so Broly tells him literally everything. From the origins he learned from Vegeta to his time on Earth to this very moment. That's when his need for realization hit Trunks, Vegeta, and all their weak Trunks, and that doesn't change. Broly that they need to get rid of Trunks. He doesn't understand though. He already explained to Trunks that the Dragon Balls are stone for good. Then realizes that Broly doesn't know who his own Tommy were. He explains what the Nubians are and their extensions to the Nubian Dragon Balls. In this timeline, they don't need to understand their business, which means that it won't be here. Roshi overheard their conversation and interjects that Mr. Popo might have some info regarding Tommy's uncle. He then takes Trunks and Broly to the name of the Nubian spaceship. This is something Trunks knows. Broly explains to Bulma what's going on and with the help of the support technology that is delivered. And Dr. Freeze then Bulma gets to the spaceship. It'll take a month to build, but it should be even faster than the original Namekian spaceship. The ship is being built. Trunks and Broly train on the lookout. Tells Broly that he has a long way to go if he's going to see the offering. Further explains his future and the end for him. Trunks assures him that he'll stay on the train for 3 years and make sure everything is as ready as possible. He does say that he's filled with fear, a fear that the future he comes from is no longer overridden by this strength he's found himself in. So his confidence is that Broly is stronger still than the Super Saiyan. Something is just right about him. He doesn't know what it is. To be saved for another day, though, the spaceship is ready for their trip to Namek. Once they arrive on Namek, they meet the Namekians and ask about the Dragon Ball. Broly sends them to meet the Grand Elder, where he reads Broly's mind and sees that Broly is his cause no longer coming with someone that even if he disagrees with the choice to espouse evil. The Saiyan, Dragon Ball is a overwhelming based on the Peruvian and Vegeta, Gigi, and the location of the Earth. This conflict before it even starts. So with all the wishes granted, they return to Earth. They find Vegeta and Gigi only while they were training together where they were even with all their training.
Hey guys, love to see the video.
They can count this before it even starts. Vegeta begins to approach Broly and Gigi are all for it, so the opinion here is a realistic thought that reluctantly agrees to the all-for-it to remove base of the balance of one of the rules. Vegeta may be offering in before they find above men and the factory process is forming perfect cell is far clear to the original alignment. Everyone alone is stunned by the power they're sensing. They can't move this creature is far beyond their real Cell flies off, and the only thing to break the fear is Roki's voice. Look out immediately. And upgraded. And in 5 years, and it's all he can do for them was a new economy. But he also reset their timers, so it's as if someone ever used the timetable before. The only issue for me picking up food for people he only eat for 5 years, especially with Saiyan. Like, we just help them read the giant form of bring them changes and cases of evil qualities.
Shit. Ah. Shit.
Alright, you should be good to pay the Terabyte a visit.
Still seem to Cruciatus on a Sensu and they say 8. He tells them they eat 1 each now, so they fully recover and rest for the remaining 5 days. That will help them achieve their true limit. So that's how they spend the next 5 days. It's peaceful, even though there's a lingering feeling of fear surrounding them. Then the day the celebration finally arrives.
Good work.
Television crews
Keep the device accessible. We're gonna need it.
Tension decided to stay back with Ruby since he just felt like a burden at this point. So his whole meeting ends. Trump is the first to step up and impress himself with his performance. He ultimately defeated the but with the only armed Trump, he suffers the same result. Gigi is about to enter the ring, but Cell says he's tired of the game and points to Ruby. So, the proposal control here is only the Super Saiyan. Cell isn't from a different timeline. Only this thing changed Dr. Naru's schedule for creating artificial life, so even as far as the 23rd, one important even collecting the DNA of Titan, Piccolo, Gigi, Vegeta, Frieza, or Gigi, Trunks was ended at the last minute. Cell was ready earlier than expected, and because of that, they could have a full beginning. The reason Cell was proposed that was the body for
comes from. You're a disgrace to your own potential, a disgrace to your own DNA. Don't worry though, I'll use it better than you ever could. Only he can't believe what he's hearing. Sure, he was usually stronger than everyone around him, but Super Saiyan and Kaioken have made a multiplier gap that pure potential can't overcome alone. Right? That doesn't matter for now. While Cell was distracted, Chi-Chi was able to use Senzu to heal Vegeta and Trunks. When Cell catches on, he snickers and makes Cell Juniors that are more than powerful enough to handle those 3, while he shows only what perfection in battle truly looks like. After a brutal beatdown, the Cell Juniors and Cell himself pile the bodies of the fighters in the center of the arena. Then Cell flies into the air and charges a Kamehameha. Say goodbye to your pathetic planet. Cell's scream wakes up the unconscious Broly, and he quickly eats a Senzu and transforms, firing a Kamehameha back at Cell, but it just isn't strong enough. He looks down at his friends apologetically, but then he notices the logo on Trunks' jacket, Capsule Corp. That's how it all began. Bulma, Roshi, Tenshinhan, Vegeta, Trunks, and Chi-Chi. They're all counting on him to do something. They're all counting on him to win. For the longest time, he's
Okay,
been
let's find that
so
laptop.
much
Our
that he's
man's in
scared
that
of
folder.
himself. When he found out that he killed Grandma Gohan in a Orlando rage, or when he thought of his depression that he fell into after defeating King Piccolo, made him want to shut this
drama, boo-boo.
but he can't shut it out anymore. To make this power his own. So, with tears in his eyes, Broly's body begins to change. The Super Saiyan form unlocked on top of the
the Akari form, and his beam was winning. Cell calls the Cell Juniors to aid him, but they don't answer. He looks down and sees the others have gotten up and are fighting them. Well, Broly blasts Cell away. Broly quickly helps the others finish off the Cell Juniors, and once they're all done, completely exhausted, but the day is won. Cell has been defeated. The blast from Broly was more than enough to entirely finish off the genetic monster and overcome his regeneration. The group make their way back to Capsule Corp exhausted, but with new things to come. Trunks says he's going to see how his future is holding up and if it even still exists. But as he reaches for the capsule containing his
That's
time
him.
machine,
Get eyes on the
he sees
laptop.
a broken piece full of smashed capsules. Trunks made the mistake of bringing his capsules to the fight, and now he has no way to return to his timeline. He still feels like a failure, but he shakes the feeling off, thinking it's possible the future is all
The information on this laptop is going to tell us our optimal window for hitting the factory.
Vegeta says he can save Capsule Corp for
Okay, when you're ready to proceed, scope out a new train that should be suitable for us to use. If you can find the
The
keys.
cell was 3 years earlier in this timeline, so there are 3 additional years. In that time, they will all continue training. Everyone has the goal of reaching and surpassing Broly and Cell. That's not all that happens, though. Chi-Chi and Broly end up actually getting together. And they've always had feelings for one another. After their marriage,
Goodness
Trunks was
gracious.
born, and shortly after that,
Particles
a
collide.
child.
I'll make sure there's no retaliation from the LSPD. Just a simple matter of rerouting some calls.
Chamber, he's gotten quite a bit stronger. In the junior division, Goten beats President Trunks, securing the money for the Stone family, and in the main division, things start to get strange. Chi-Chi is the one to face Supreme Kai, and she actually beats him pretty easily. Yubito heals him after the match, and the Kai thanks her for the fun fight. After that, it's Trunks who fights Yubito, and once he has to turn Super Saiyan, he tells Yubito that he's already a Super Saiyan. He powers down to base for the first time in a decade and transports back into Super Saiyan to show Yubito that the power is full firsthand. Yubito and Supreme Kai are completely shocked. With 3 extra years of training, Vegeta and Trunks and Super Saiyan are stronger than Gohan and Super Saiyan 2 from the Cell Saga in canon. Yubito apologizes for what the happened, and Supreme Kai restrains him, allowing Slowpoke and Genyamu to drain his energy. From here, things are basically the same until Dabra has the group. Yubito can be killed Broly jumps in front of Dabra and makes kills the King of Demons effortlessly. In this version of events, Cell and Broly's DNA, by extension, which is longer than even Super Cell. Whenever the full being surpassed Cell and Elite, more than enough to handle Dabra, even in just the comic form. Vegeta goes after Unleash, but Horde can enter his ship as well, which leads to no Saga at all. They clear out the rest of Unleash's minions and allow Supreme Kai and Yubito to take Blue's sealed shell and manipulate the mortals from their home and leave the planet. With Blue handled Kai, however, much stronger being trapped, altered the been trained for 4 years until Beerus arrives on Earth in search of the Super Saiyan God. First, he asks Trunks if he knows anything, since he was going to beat Frieza, but he doesn't have an answer. Vegeta is the same, never having heard of the Super Saiyan God before. Beerus is annoyed, but decides to enjoy the party and the delicious food instead of getting too angry about it. Whis makes a passing remark about Beerus' mission being a big waste of time, and that's what sends him over the edge. He tells the Saiyans to figure out who the Super Saiyan God is immediately, or their new home will be destroyed like a home. This enrages the fighters who all go after Beerus. First, Chi-Chi and Tenshinhan use their Biotech 20 to try and take him down, but they just aren't strong enough to Vegeta and show up Super Saiyan 2 before they learn that after 2 years of training with Cell, but even with them,
Okay, same as last time.
do anything to Beerus.
Find which one of those gentlemen have the key and liberate it by any means necessary.
This Super Saiyan next to the Akari form is 500 times he's the most fun Beerus ever had in a fight, but that's not saying much. A deeper power is building within Broly. Beerus doesn't notice it and not about instead. Beerus is taken a full power Super Saiyan form. It means that he is one final time about the Super Saiyan God, but they just don't know about it. When King Kai enters their minds and tells them of the Namekian Book of Legends and the Super Saiyan God ritual. When Beerus arrived on Earth in search of the Super Saiyan God, Roshi began to ask all the gods he knew if they had any answers, which led to King Kai asking the newly appointed Grand Elder Mori about it. Beerus is
excited and thanks King Kai, saying he'll return and obey the Murder Planet. King Kai is grateful to be of help, and all that's left to do is perform the ritual. The issue is, there's still one Saiyan short. Beerus is annoyed at himself for giving Frieza permission to destroy the Saiyans, but there's nothing that can change that now. He thinks if he should just finish them off, but before he can, Bulma steps up and reveals that she's pregnant with Broly due to all the extra years of peace. It might be worth it by using her in the ritual. So they attempt the ritual, and it works. The first Super Saiyan God is born, and it's Vegeta. He holds it high and lets someone destroy his home again, so with his pride on the line, he has to become the first Super Saiyan God. So the Battle of Gods plays out similarly to how it did in the original story, just replace Goku with Vegeta in this instance. Beerus seems to like these fighters, and says they'll meet again someday, before taking a skill box and leaving the party. A new level of power has just been revealed, and the fighters are excited to see what new horizons lie ahead. After the Battle of Gods, our heroes want to pursue new avenues of strength, and when the time Whis' visit to Earth is the perfect opportunity. Vegeta gets into a great training as he did originally, but before time to develop his character, he's more caring and friendly, so he gathers Broly, Chi-Chi, and Mr. Trunks to train as well. They all head to Beerus' planet and training begins. Under Whis' training, Chi-Chi is actually the first Master God Ki due to her Ki control learned from mastering the Kaioken. Vegeta and Trunks Master God Ki after that, and learned to mix it with Super Saiyan to create Super Saiyan Blue.
Only a driver can have those signals.
He can
So
transform
watch their
Super
six
Saiyan
and
God,
don't
but
let those
he's
degenerates distract
strenuous to hold his Ki inside him, so he can only use it for seconds at a time. He needs to maintain God Ki, such overflowing power. Maybe you should focus on more traditional methods of training, ideas that other universes. With no Dragon Balls on Earth and Frieza's army not even aware of their existence to begin with, there's simply no resurrection act. That does leave us with the Universe 6 tournament where the Universe 17 will meet Chi-Chi, Vegeta, Trunks, and Tenshinhan. The first match is Bozoma versus Tenshinhan, but after figuring out Bozoma's ability, Tenshinhan is able to quickly throw him out of the ring. Trunks is simply too strong for
That hacking
Tenshinhan to
device
handle,
better
so
not be
it's left to Chi-Chi.
malfunctioning.
But despite being
Use it to change
stronger,
the signals.
Whis wants her to get eliminated. Trunks is up next, and he doesn't trust Trunks, so he quickly blasts him out of the ring before he can even touch him. Vegeta in the box surrounding the arena leads to Trunks getting exhausted and eliminated since he doesn't think to insult him. Vegeta is up next, but he isn't as bright and quickly calls Vegeta a bucket of bolts or something, which allows him to eliminate Vegeta with ease. Then, the Kama fight is pretty much exactly the same as a cannon, so nothing really important to cover there. This leaves us with the hit fight, but between time skip and Vegeta's exhaustion, he's just no match for the assassin, even in Super Saiyan Blue. This leaves only he enters the fight and turns into his version of Super Saiyan and is able to overpower him for a bit, but his own potential has him catch up extremely quickly. There's nothing Broly can do except tap into the power he couldn't fully control yet. Broly turns into his full power Super Saiyan form. Even without full control, the power was more than enough to overcome him, and his time skip was ease, winning the tournament for Universe 7. This is actually the last arc we have at this point. There's no Trunks in the future to warn about a potential Broly blast if something like that would even happen, and Broly isn't only Goku, so you wouldn't threaten Zeno in the same way. Without the promise of the Tournament of Power, you may think the universe is doomed, but that isn't true. In the future timeline, Zeno, on his own, never comes to the conclusion of destroying the 8 universes, so why would President Zeno do it? He just wouldn't. Life continues to be good for our heroes, and they live their lives happily, at least until all the arcs get animated, and we can talk about those. Until then, though, thank you so very much.
Hit my pretty automobile!
Frieza is exiting his spaceship. His mission? Destroy planet Vegeta and all the Saiyans that inhabit it. The Super Saiyan, and even to a lesser extent, the Super Saiyan that scared Frieza enough that he wanted to
I'll
win
assure the
stay
train
in
we're
place.
secure until we're ready to use it.
Just these things. So Frieza looks down at the planet and sees a single Saiyan flying in the opposite atmosphere. Seemingly, he knows what's about to happen, but with his power level, he can't stop what's about to happen. So, Frieza launches the Ki Ball at planet Vegeta, maniacally laughing as he does, and waiting to watch the power levels drop to nothing. Bardock fires his own blast back at Frieza, a desperate but useless effort, because even using his non-canon power level of 10,000, which we will use for the sake of this video, he just isn't enough. As his own blast is pushed back with ease, he thinks about the planet behind him. Yine, the woman who changed his life and his outlook. Raditz, stuck with that upstart, arrogant little prince. And Kakarot, sent away to some foreign planet where he may never see his parents again. Kakarot may not even survive, despite how weak the Earth actually is. If Bardock couldn't stop this attack, the family he's come to care about would dissolve right away in front of him.